Hello, my friends. I am so glad you guys are here. If you're tuning in, namaste, salutations. Thank you for taking it upon yourself to gain some knowledge. We love that. I got one of my little crystals here just to give us the good vibes, just to make sure that I got clear communication for you. Whatever needs to be downloaded and received will be. But I need to turn my phone off. I'm just gonna throw it over there so it doesn't bother us, okay? So guys, welcome to Chakras 101, the first of many cosmic crash courses. I am Rachel, obviously. I mean, it's not obvious if you don't know me, but hello, I'm Rachel. So this topic was voted by y'all. And if you didn't know about that, well, congratulations. Now you just got some extra information. So this was voted number one by far, which I'm really excited about. Chakras are awesome. It's really important to be conscientious and aware of the energy that is going through our bodies that is unseen, but very much real. So I do want to just make a statement. This course does go into depth. I will be honest about that. It can be pretty heavy. I think there's like 40 slides that I'm going to be talking about. But I did want to mention, if you are someone who's really yearning for more depth after this video, and you just really want to embody chakras and you want to be an expert and you want to know all about them and, help others with it, maybe that line of work, I recommend getting one of the chakra books. You can find them Amazon, Audible, or just getting an Audible vocal book to listen to. But there's a lot of information here, so hopefully it will be enough for you. So let's get into it. All right. So in this course, you guys, I wanted to break it up into sections to just make it clean, concise, simple. So you're not just like overloaded with a bunch of information here, 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 and here. So I broke it into 5 modules or 5 sections. Number 1, we're just going to talk about the 7 main chakras and what they do. I say 7 main chakras because there's actually a lot more than the 7 ones that are like traditionally shown in imagery or shown and talked about in spirituality. So you actually have higher soul chakras. You have like a soul star chakra right here that's like yellow. It's kind of like a star. You have lower grounded chakras. So like below your root, like on your feet into the earth. There's some in your wrists right here and your hands. These are meridians, which is essentially what a chakra is. I'll get into that. Behind your ear. But you just have them around your energy body, because there's a physical body, there's an emotional body, there's a mental body, and then there's your energy body, which is unseen, but arguably the most important part of us as humans. So we're going to get into the 7 main chakras and what they do, what they rule, shit like that. Then we're going to get into what can block or imbalance those chakras. And of course, if we're going to block and imbalance them, we also need to learn how to heal and align them, which is what we're going to get into in section 3. Then we're going to get affirmations for each chakras, which is very, very important. This is a practice that I have been doing for years. And then we're going to get into ways you can keep them in check, in balance, and in alignment. And then just for a little bonus, because I freaking love y'all, I'm going to attach the research paper and presentation that I wrote when I was at university, like a second year, I think. It was a sociology class, Love and Relationships. So this research paper and project that I'm going to be giving you is centered around, functioning chakra system and love, ego love, true love, unconditional love, how the imbalanced or alignment of those chakra centers can influence love and relationships. So without further ado, let's get into it. So section 1, what are the chakra centers and what do they do? Okay, let's find out. So overview, this is just what they look like. All right. We'll start from the bottom. Let me see if I can move my little face. Oh, looks like I can't move my little face, but it says root chakra right there. I also wanted to include the polarities. I think it's pretty important to understand the root chakra at the base, as you can see, the red one right there. That is a masculine energy center. Okay. Then we move to our sacral chakra, the orange. That is a feminine energy center. As we go to the solar plexus, you can see that is a masculine. You can see they're alternating. That is the yellow one in the center of your stomach. Then we go to the heart, a feminine center. The throat, the blue one, is a masculine. Your third eye, this indigo color, is a feminine. And then your crown, which is important to note, your crown is neutral, okay? The energy is neutral because it is processing and regulating all the other ones, you know? And it's our connection to source, God, universe, or whatever. And that's neutral. It doesn't need to be this or this, okay? So that's just a diagram of the chakras, just to break it down pretty easy. Let's get into the root chakra. Okay, so root chakra, like we talked about, the color red. I wanted to include the Sanskrit name because I feel like it's significant. I'm going to be straight up though. These are kind of hard to pronounce. So if I pronounce them wrong, just let it go, let it flow. Don't come for me. Muladhara. Pretty sure that's what it means. The Sanskrit translation means root of existence. Okay. And then I wanted to include, I guess it's like the Sanskrit writing of it. So we have that up in the top, and then we have the diagram with it on this female. So first, the position of the root chakra is the base of your spine by your bum. I didn't really know how to phrase that without sounding kind of weird, but there we go. It's the first energy center of the lower chakras or earth chakras. Okay. Important to remember that. What it rules: your physical experience on earth, including feelings of security, safety, grounding, survival instinct, etc. Okay. So I would consider this chakra the most primitive chakra. Okay. It's very, very active in animals because obviously they don't have that crown chakra. I mean, most of them, but they're very primitive, and primal. And that is a characteristic of this chakra. So the parts of the body that it governs: your spinal column, your legs, your feet, your kidneys, your rectum, your immune system, and there's others that it's supposed to govern, but I just wanted to concise it into that information. And then a spiritual lesson with this root chakra. Okay, the spiritual lesson, in a sense, is your material world experiences. So what you go through the physical, right? And the lessons that you learn in the 3D, that you learn in Earth. And I don't know if how far in you're into your conscious journey or how far in you're into metaphysical stuff, but if you are on that path or you're getting into the path, that that we come to Earth, the 3D, to learn, to grow and expand, because Earth is school, Earth school, if you've heard that. It's just kind of a thing because the 3D is very dense. It's hard. There's a reason life is so triggering. There's a reason Earth and being a human is difficult. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to challenge us and let us expand and grow. So that is, I feel what the root chakra is helping us through, our lessons in the 3D and how to ground ourselves into our body, connect with the prana of Earth, that life force of Earth, your breath of Earth. That's your prana, your energy, all the while finding security and peace through and with your place in the universe. So, when I say grounding into your body, I basically mean checking in, tuning in, being mindful. Okay. And this was a concept that came to me my first year at university with the same professor that I did this research paper for, and so it's actually, noted if we check back into our body more, if we feel back into our body more, it lubricates our brain, right? And we have more awareness and consciousness. And you don't need to be spiritual. You don't need to be religious to be mindful. Mindful is just being conscientious and being aware of your environment, of where you are in your environment, your place in this world, So if you're feeling flustered, a lot of people who have like anxiety or like they're just like scared all the time or whatever, like they're disassociated from their body, from their temple. Okay. And I don't know how many times I would have like anxiety, and I'm not someone who like really has ever had anxiety, but like certain life situations would occur and I would start freaking out, you know, and you're disassociated from your body. But then I would, let's check in and do some deep breaths, which is like a root chakra grounding technique. And immediately you can feel that you're grounding back into your body. You're connecting with your body. You're connecting with your breath, your prana. You understand? So that's essentially a quick overview of the root chakra. Okay, then we move up to the sacral chakra, which is a feminine energy, remember? So the Sanskrit name for this, Swadhisthana, I think. And the translation for that is where your being is established. Okay. So the position of this, your lower abdomen or your navel, when I explain it to people, I just say your reproductive region or your genital region, you know. And then this is the second energy center of the lower or earth chakras, okay? So what this rules is your emotional experiences and your connections to earth, including emotions, all emotions. Your sacral chakra is your emotional chakra. Intimacy, creativity, the divine feminine, sexuality, sensuality, stuff like that, pleasure, okay? So the parts of the body this governs is your sexual organs, like I mentioned, your stomach, your upper intestines, your liver, your spleen, your middle spine, gallbladder, and kidney. There is more, but I just wanted, that's already a lot, so I didn't want to overload you, you know. So the spiritual lesson with the sacral chakra is honoring your emotions. I think that's one of the most important ones, is if you are not letting yourself feel, if you are not letting yourself express or purge emotions, it is just going to mess up that center and imbalance you, okay? And even from like not a spiritual standard, but from a psychology standard, that's my degree, right? From a psychology standard, we are taught repression and suppression is so unhealthy. Is so unhealthy for you, because eventually you are going to explode. And you are going to explode all of those emotions, most likely in a negative and harmful way, to someone else who doesn't deserve it. You know, that's why people fly off the handle and they just like blow up on someone. It's because they didn't deal with their emotions properly. Okay. So this is not just a spiritual energy thing. This is a real psychology thing. Okay. And so the spiritual lesson here, and I just think life lesson here, is honoring your emotions, feeling them, expressing them, the good and the bad, okay? Balancing and expressing your divine feminine, creativity, and creation. So your divine feminine is your sensitive side, your sensual side, your creative side, okay? You think of mothers, they create little humans inside of them. They're nurturers. They're sensitive, they're emotional, they're loving, okay? But they're also powerful as hell, okay? Do not be confused with divine feminine just being like, oh, I'm a little girl. Like the divine feminine, I think arguably more powerful than divine masculine, just because we're creators. We birth the universe, literally. So in addition to that, exploring your sexuality. Okay, I think this is important because if you grew up in a religious household like I did, there is no talking about sex. There is no talking about like sex education. It is just shame, 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 shame. That's religious trauma. It's a real thing, you know? And so it's honestly disempowering, because our pleasure, our sexuality, orgasms, especially for a female, they are connections to divine source. That energy we receive, you know, and we shouldn't be shamed to have pleasure. We shouldn't be shamed to have sexuality, okay? I'm not saying go fuck everyone around, because I don't believe in that. I think that your energy is sacred and you should only have partners and sexual intercourse with people who have good energy. Because, side note, if you go around having sex with a bunch of people whose energy is unchecked, you are literally taking on all that ish. Like, what if they have an entity stuck to them? What if they have all these negative vibrations and this trauma? You are taking that because you're essentially creating this cord through, the action. Anyways, moving on. I think it's really important to empower yourself, explore that side of you in a healthy way, obviously. And don't feel shameful. Don't be, don't let the people and strict religious figures make you feel like it's a bad thing for being a sexual being, because we are a sexual being, okay? Moving on, learning to transmute your emotions held in the body. Like I said, purging. You need to purge. You need to feel through these emotions. It is very important, okay? Releasing and purging blocked emotions and emotional reactions. So when I say emotional reactions, someone does this, someone says this. This is my reaction. Oh, there's a reason you're having that reaction. There's something deeper that is not being addressed, processed, and transmuted, and that's why you're having that reaction. And then also intimacy. You can tend to have a lot of blocks in your romantic partners, in your friendships, in your family, where you're scared to express yourself, you're scared of intimacy, you're scared to be vulnerable, because there's something with your sacral chakra that is imbalanced, okay? So, quick overview: sacral chakra, creativity, sensuality, your emotions, okay? Moving on to the solar plexus. We love solar plexus. I'm having a solar plexus expansion right now, so I'm just like reeling this energy. So solar plexus, the Sanskrit, Manipura. I'm not good at pronunciation, to be completely honest, but City of Jewels or Lustrous Gem. It also had other translations, but I just wanted to keep it to those two. So the position of your solar plexus is your abdomen, as you can see on the diagram provided, above the belly button, like up to your breastbone kind of. It depends on like your body type, how tall you are, how short you are, how long your torso is, etc. But this is the third energy center of the lower or earth chakras, okay? And so what the solar plexus rules: cultivating your own personal power, absorbing prana and energy and info from the sun, because it's solar plexus, sun chakra you can think of, and showing your inner light, including your confidence, your courage, your determination, your motivation, your power, your manifesting abilities, your freaking let's go get it energy. And that's why this is a masculine sign. It's all about action, it's about showing yourself to the world. If I were to relate a zodiac sign to this, definitely Leo energy all day. Leo, Leo, Leo. So the parts of the body this governs: upper abdomen, your gut, small intestines, liver, your adrenal glands, etc. I want to come back to the gut, okay? So a lot of times we have emotions will manifest as physical ailments, right? Okay, so a lot of the times we have nausea, or we have IBS, or we have gastritis, which is what I have, or we have some kind of like stomach issue, digestion issue, nausea all the time, something like that, that is imbalancing us, okay? And a lot of the time what I have understood, yes, there are medical conditions, 100%, I understand that. I'm not just like disregarding that science and medicine is a real thing. But a lot of the times, if we have like no confidence, if we have, no drive, if we have no self-power, we're just like disempowered all the time. A lot of the times, those emotions, because this chakra is not, nurtured or developed or an alignment, it will manifest as stomach issues. So if you have stomach issues frequently and you feel like you also, could use more confidence, because you could use more courage, could use more personal power, then I would highly recommend like doing more work with your solar plexus, maybe doing some meditations. I'll get into that, how you can balance them, but I just wanted to point that out because I know a lot of people, and I've followed a lot of stories of people who are really successful in the spiritual community who would have all these stomach and gut ailments, and they finally did the work and finally did energetic healing, and it just absolved all of the symptoms. So food for thought. But moving on, the spiritual lesson with the solar plexus is finding and accepting your place in life, breaking through insecurities and expressing your authentic self. Let me say that again. Authentic self, your inner light, unapologetically on earth, okay? And I feel like in society, I can't really tell if it's gotten better or worse from when I was like in my formative years, but I feel like there's an issue, especially with social media and influencers, of people wanting and thinking they need to be like this, and thinking that their eccentric, unique, quirky side of them is, something to be ashamed of, or is something to not be confident in, be like, oh, let me hide my quirky self, which I did literally growing up. Like, I was very conscientious. Oh, I'm weird, and so people won't like me as much if I'm weird. So let me be cool and popular. Let me do cheerleading, and let me fit into these boxes that the other girls in my school are fitting into, because I was weird. I'm going to be straight up. And now I'm realizing full circle that I don't want to fit in the box. I don't want that. I want to be me. I want to be eccentric. I want to be unique, because that's my power. And your uniqueness, your own individuality, your spice is your power. You don't want to be a cookie cutter. You do not want to be like other people. Okay. And this is for you to empower yourself and really activate that solar plexus. Okay. Unapologetically, might I add. And then also expanding your sun energy, your life force, past societal paradigms. And what I mean by that is, don't let society tell you what to do, okay? I'm personally, this is probably a biased information I'm giving you, but I'm very unconventional. I'm anti-society. I don't want to fit in the box, because they have agendas and they want us small. Like, they want us small because they know how powerful we are. So to me, the solar plexus is just like breaking through and being like, yo, this is me. I'm not going to fit into your script. I'm going to be my own self, and you just have to deal with that, Very empowering. But moving on, we have our heart chakra. Yes. Okay, this is anatta. I know how to say that because I just like the word anatta. So this is infinite, unhurt, or boundless. That is a translation of the Sanskrit word anatta. Anahata. Oh my God, I said that wrong. Anyways, I want to point out that it says infinite and boundless because the heart chakra is arguably one of I think I said this about the solar plexus, but it's one of the most important chakras, because the heart chakra and the vibration of love, unconditional love, is the ultimate universal healer, okay? This chakra, this emotion of unconditional love and acceptance and compassion, is the way we transcend. And by transcend, I mean move up in vibration, move up in energy, move up in dimension, and also move up and graduate Earth school, okay? To go into, the fifth dimension, or to go wherever you want. But that is the test on Earth. We come here, are we going to graduate Earth? And the way you graduate Earth via the law of one, which is a whole nother issue and topic, not issue, whole nother topic, is to truly embody unconditional love, acceptance, non-judgment, stuff like that. It is the ultimate healer. That is what I say. And there's this song by Activation Vibration that the highest frequency is love. And it's true. It is the highest frequency. That's why the heart chakra is so powerful. That's why it's so powerful when people are being spiteful towards you or being nasty to you. I send love, I send love to you. And it takes a lot to get there. And this is why I'm bringing it to your attention that heart chakra work, so necessary. Everyone could use it. I still need it, okay? I still constantly come back when you feel something, when you have that resistance or you have that thought. Okay, let's check it back in. Let's tune in. There's always more to evolve and expand within your heart. So center of your chest, heart center, that is the position. Okay, this is the connecting. So this is also important because this chakra is not of the lower chakras or the higher chakras. It is the connecting center and bridge between the two. Also why it's so important for humanity, because the higher chakras, the universe, the astral, the lower chakras are the earth, where we are, but we are meant to go from the earth and ascend. Okay, so that's why we have to go through the heart, through the bridge to ascend. So, all right. What it rules: your emotional body, empowerment, healing, and connection to all life, like I mentioned, including unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, trust, letting go, non-judgment, etc. Okay, and it's also ultimate like wisdom too. Having wisdom for a situation. Someone says or does something very hurtful to you. Okay, instead of reacting to that with more negative emotion, you can take the second. Okay, I have wisdom and I know that this is why this person reacted way, so I'm not going to take it personally because they're coming from a hurt place, and I'm just going to send them love. That is a key example of the heart chakra. So parts of the body, obviously your heart, your blood, because your blood is like, in the physical form, our blood is our life force, okay? Your rib cages, your lungs, your shoulders, your breasts, your arms, your hands, and there's more, but I want to just keep it simple. So the spiritual lesson, I think I already touched on this, but it's reaching a point where you love and understand all aspects of your life, the good and the bad, okay? And it's really, really important to honor and understand and accept the shadows and the darkness and the adversities and the pain that we face in life, okay? You can understand and transmute your shadows and pain into gratitude and acceptance and love, okay? Having unconditional love for all with the ability to lead with compassion, forgiveness, and trust, and you're living and seeing the world in a state of this oneness, okay? Because everything is connected. Every blade of grass, every animal, every insect, every human, we are connected, but we don't understand that. I want to come back to where I said transmute your shadows and pain into gratitude, okay? So getting real vulnerable real quick. Shit in my life, okay. We have had sexual assault, okay? And I'm sure many of you guys listening have also experienced that. And so for a long time and a lot of years of my life, that was very crippling, okay? That was so hard. And I was like, why? Why, God? Why, universe? But now, as I transmuted that through love, they're coming from a hurt place. Whatever, I'm just gonna forgive, release this. But the lesson in these hard things is now I am someone who can help people through that. And I have. Ever since it happened, I have helped countless friends and countless people through those emotions and through those feelings to empower them, because I could just be someone who doesn't understand someone's experience who has gone through something so painful like that. But I do understand, and I'm blessed, and I'm honestly so glad it happened to me because I am there. I am someone who can help remind them that they're still powerful, that they can reclaim their life, and that they can love and move through this, So, little tangent, but I just want to emphasize, like, it's very, very important to understand everything that happens to us in this life It's for a reason, okay? And that's so cliche, but there are lessons in our pain, okay? For others, for yourself, for the collective. Moving on. Throat chakra. We love it. Okay, this is Visuddha. I think that's how you say it. And I just want to point out, I'm recording this on a Wednesday, which is Mercury energy, which is all about the throat chakra and communication. So here we are. So this Sanskrit Visuddha, I think that's how you say it, is translating to especially pure and the purifier. So the position of the throat chakra, as you can see on the diagram, is your throat and neck region, okay? It's your first energy center of the higher chakras, or the astral chakras, okay? We made that shift from the earth chakras to the bridge, which is the heart chakra, and now we're up in the astral chakras. So what this rules is development of your conscious communication, keyword conscious communication, not just, responding or saying things without intention. It is our job to help prevent hurt of others, to be intentional about the words we use, be conscious of the words we use. So conscious communication and expressing your thoughts and emotions authentically. Another thing that emphasizes authenticity, okay? This is important because the throat chakra, your communication chakra, if you're not communicating consciously and authentically, then that is fake energy, and we don't want that. No. But this includes speaking your truth, standing up for yourself, implementing boundaries, communicating with compassion, self-expression, etc. So speaking your truth, standing up for yourself, and implementing boundaries, okay? A lot of the times we can see in life that our throat chakra or other people's throat chakra around us are imbalanced or blocked or unactivated whenever, people are speaking for us or dictating our lives, or you feel a certain way, like someone says, perfect example, okay, hey, like, let's go out this weekend. And it's like, how you have the feeling and you're like, no, I don't really want to go out. But it's like, you aren't speaking your truth. You aren't communicating and setting boundaries with that person and standing up for yourself and being like, you know what? I don't want to go out. I want to stay home. I want to watch some TV. I want to get cozy. I want to have a self-care night. But instead, you don't speak up for yourself. You don't activate that throat chakra. And now you're at the club and you're having a terrible night. You lose your keys, or you do this, or you lose this. And you're like, shit, yeah, I should have spoke up. I should have spoken my truth, That's why I think it's really important, because we get in some really uncomfortable, not fun, regrettable situations by not standing up for ourselves and saying what we want and what we do not want. No is a good word, okay? If it's about your boundaries, if it's about what you want to do, etc. So getting into the parts of the body, obviously your throat, your neck, your ears, communication, you have to hear, your mouth, obviously you speak, your teeth, and thyroid, gums, vocal cords, etc. Okay, and so spiritual lesson, there's several obviously, but I think the main one is learning how to claim your divine authenticity by expressing and sharing your truth. Again, expressing your truth, because your truth is not my truth. Your truth is not your friend's truth. Your truth is not your parents' truth. Okay? It is authentic and specific to you, because you are a divine individual being and you're awesome just the way you are. So speak up, baby girl or friend. So, fostering healthy communication with yourself and others, speaking words of love and honesty. When I say with yourself, do you have negative self-talk? Oh, idiot, dumb, why are you doing that, stupid, like just constantly, like, that's not good, okay? Speak to yourself with love, okay? Understanding the powers of your words or lack thereof and the impact it has on others and you. So an example, are you speaking to someone with hate and spite and frustration and unresolved emotions from your sacral chakra that you have not dealt and purged with? Or are you not saying anything at all and letting people walk all over you? Both have an impact. and both need to be governed and kept in check. So, moving on to the third eye. Okay, this is a lot of people's fave chakra. So, the Sanskrit is Ajna. I think that's how you say it. And the translation of the Sanskrit is command or beyond wisdom. There was others also, but I just wanted to keep this. So as you can see in the diagram, our third eye is right here between your brow bones. Where's a heart? I'm sorry, guys. So this is the second energy center of the higher or astral chakras. So it rules seeing the truth, seeing clearly, insight, wisdom, remote viewing, lucid dreaming, visions. What remote viewing, if you don't know that concept, is essentially like, this is a CIA thing. This was published in the 80s. It's called like the Gateway Project. If you want to go look at it online, the documents are published, so you can go look. But essentially, the CIA and the government knew the power of psychic ability, which is kind of like, okay, interesting. That's a whole nother topic. I get really conspiracy over here, but they understood the power of psychic development. So there was all these training programs with all of these militaries and volunteers that the CIA and government were training to do something called remote viewing. So what that means is basically they tap into their third eye, okay? And if they're given like a location and, you know, like longitude and latitude directions or whatever, they can go, whether it's in the past, present moment, or future. They were trained in this. I'm not just making this up. Okay, I read the document. It's like almost 40 pages. So they were trained to be able to project their consciousness, which is a real thing, and view on enemies, you know, and view and see what their plans are, see what they're doing. And this is still going on, obviously, because the government's, you know. So that is what remote viewing is. It's a real thing. They literally trained people to tap into their third eye and their consciousness to project their consciousness beyond space and time. Okay, this is a government thing. I'm not just being crazy, I promise. So that, including intuition, your psychic abilities, clairvoyance, clear seeing, higher perspective, etc. There's other clair gifts. So clair just means clear. So the psychic gifts, clairvoyance is clear seeing. Claircognizant is clear knowing. That's something that I have. When I was younger, I had clairvoyance because I would see spirits. Clairaudient, clear hearing. So it's like I can hear when I'm doing readings for people like tarot or whatever, they'll talk to me. So I'll be like, oh, I just heard this, or they're telling me this. There's clear sentient, clear feeling. So if you're an empath, you probably have that. Like you can just feel someone's emotions. And then there's clear taste. I forgot that what that was, and clear smelling. So yeah, if you ever just randomly, someone walks in a room and you're like, you can kind of like hear what they're thinking, or like you just feel their energy. It's like, oh, okay. Or a good example for claircognizant, like for me, it's clear knowing. So you just know, okay? It's like something comes up and something plants in your head. Oh, I just know that. And then later on, someone will be like, oh, da-da-da. And you're like, yeah, I knew. It's your intuition. Okay. It's your third eye, baby. So parts of the body, your brain, your eyes, that says numerological. It should say neurological system. Sorry. Your pineal gland, pituitary gland, ears, nose, etc. I want to come back to your pituitary gland. Okay. So your pituitary gland, or it's your pineal gland, one of them, this is what I was saying the government is kind of, because your pituitary gland is what is like essentially your conscious gland. There's a bunch of studies about this and research about this. It is like that gland that kind of like gives us a higher connection. Okay. And the government is aware of this, right? I'm getting conspiracy, so take it or leave it. I have to say this. So stuff like our deodorant or our toothpaste or our mouthwash or our, toiletry products, they all have certain aluminums or metals or ingredients and food also that are calcifying our pineal gland. Okay, and whenever your pineal gland is calcified, it is way harder to connect with self, to connect with the universe. Okay, and so it's just kind of sketchy if I do say so myself. But anyways, moving on. The spiritual lesson with the third eye, there's many, but opening your consciousness, aka opening your third eye, you've definitely heard of that. Differentiating between illusions and the truth in the human experience, because there's a bunch of illusions on Earth. It's 3D, the matrix is real, and it's your job as a being in your Earth school, in your Earth journey, to be like, okay, is this a projection of society in the matrix, or is this my truth? Which I can do a video on to get into that. That's a whole nother topic. But harnessing your intuition and psychic abilities, navigating through life with higher awareness, detachment, and the ability to tap into Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is essentially just oneness, you know, the law of one, the universe, God essence, God presence, universal source energy, whatever you'd like to call it. And following your intuition or gut feeling. Okay, your gut is your first brain. All right, and whenever somebody comes up in our life and we get that feeling, it is a trigger, it is a sign. I have experienced it when I was with someone I was not supposed to be with, and my stomach literally was hanging around them, threw up, and I said point blank period, my body wisdom is telling me you're not good for me. And they would try to convince me like, oh no, blah blah blah, but that's your intuition. The more you trust that feeling, the stronger it gets. Oh, yeah, I had that right here. The more you follow your intuitive insight, the stronger this chakra or your clear knowing becomes. So if people are like making you feel like you shouldn't trust your intuition, that can really hurt it, but we'll get into that. But I want to bring an example also, like, you know, butterflies, how you get butterflies like around someone. It's actually like not good, because that's your intuition telling you something. Or if you get anxiety when you're like texting someone, or like you get a bunch of anxiety in your stomach when like someone texts you and you're like, oh, this is making me anxious, like that's not good, you know. It should be, and like you can get excitement when like your person texts you like more up here, you know. But I can tell you there's a difference because I've experienced both. Okay, so moving on to the Crown Chakra. Yes. This is Sahasrara. Oh my God. That was terrible. Okay, you can read it. You can say it for yourself. This is the 1,000-petaled. If you can see the image that I have with the sign, it's called the 1,000-petaled because the chakra is like, there's a bunch of petals, and it's a lotus flower. And lotus flowers are all about rebirth, consciousness. It's very big in Buddhism. So the position, obviously, top of our head, crown of your head. This is the third energy center of the higher or astral chakras. Okay, and what this rules is your connection to your spirituality, to yourself, connection to the astral realms, including enlightenment, mindfulness, downloads or wisdom from source, intuitive knowing, etc. So this also can play into your intuition, your clear knowing, your clear cognizance. And when I said what it rules, your connection to spirituality or self, I wanted to include self because in Hinduism, your self is your like spiritual connection to God, to the universe, to source. Okay. And so I think it's important to have connection with your own self, with your own body, being aware energetically, emotionally, mentally, what is going on. But it's also the self is like enlightenment in Hinduism. Okay, so the parts of the body, the pineal gland, like I mentioned, the very important gland, our spiritual gland that connects us, top of the head, etc. And then for spiritual lessons, so for the crown chakra, I would say it's connecting to a higher power and a universal consciousness, okay? So the self in Hinduism, right? Finding your soul mission or purpose or divine path in life. And I don't want to say, it's kind of funny, you know that movie Soul, the Pixar Disney movie? One of the people, she wasn't even a people, she was like an energy body, okay? And it was before the little souls came to Earth. And they're like, oh, you humans and your purpose, it's so trivial, or like, it's so silly how you guys obsess over a purpose. And so for some people, their purpose really resonates. But if you're viewing this and you're like, well, I don't want to have just one person, then you don't have to. You don't have to claim that. That's why I want to say your divine path in life, whatever you deem as, this is my path, this is my dharma. You know, this is where I'm meant to go and where I'm meant to be. That can be your purpose. Okay. I just wanted to iterate that for y'all. And then re-remembering. So re-remembering, us souls, like I said, we come into earth, we come to 3D, we come to earth school, okay? But our soul has experienced so much before this lifetime. Our soul has gone through lifetimes, maybe other planets, okay? We've experienced a lot. And our purpose in each lifetime, okay, is to connect with that crown and re-remember our soul's journey, to tap into our Akashic records, which is basically just like a vault or encyclopedia or time capsule of all of your lives. Okay. So like for me, when I re-remembered some of my past lives, I was like, oh, I had a past life in Cambodia. I had a past life in Egypt. Oh, and a lot of past lives. I was a seer. You know, I was a high priestess. I was a mystic, which makes sense because I re-remembered that. And I'm like, this is my path in this lifetime, to be a priestess, to help others, to be a healer. Okay. So that's what I re-remembered. And you too can re-remember you know, what your soul is, essentially. And then another lesson, creating a bridge within your essence between the astrals and earth to bring down source energy and wisdom, not only for your benefit, but for the collective, okay? When I say bringing down information, as your crown chakra is activated and open, as the flower and lotus is open, you receive guidance, you know, just like how a monk receives guidance, or a priest receives guidance, or a nun receives guidance, or me, or you, or a spiritual mystic, you know, or a tarot reader. Like that is when I do tarot readings, I guarantee you, like half the time I'm blacked out and I'm just channeling what's coming through. And then after the 2-hour reading, I'm like, what the heck did I just say? No idea. But then I rewatch it and I'm like, yo, okay, this was some divine wisdom that was coming through. This was some medicine. So that's just a little example that I want to know. And integrating these codes you channel into your reality. Okay. So integrating that message, that's like, if you get a thought, oh, hey, you should do yoga, you should go get a massage, you should meditate more, or you should tell this person how you're feeling, you should speak up, you should set a boundary. That is a divine message that you need to integrate and actively do into your life. So bottom line, your connection and place in the universe. Okay. Then we're going to get into the higher astral chakras. Okay, no, I'm just using this as a guide. I don't know where I was. Mine was not here. Okay, I just wanted to break it down to show you lower earth chakras, connection to the human self, you know, our little meat sack here, our physical, emotional, and mental body. Then we have the bridge, the heart chakra, the middle chakra, where the two worlds or selves merge, you know, home for our soul, embodies our higher self. Because as we love others, as we give unconditional love, which is the ultimate healer, that is a higher vibration, okay? That's mostly our higher self coming into us and acting as such, and feeling the interconnectedness of all creation. So that oneness I talked about earlier. So we also have the higher astral chakras. It's your connection to your spiritual self, which we mentioned, spiritual development, your inner knowing, your intuition, aka third eye, and your divine gifts and talents. So like being a tarot reader, being a therapist, being a massage therapist, being a physical therapist, being a beautifier. You know, there's divine archetypes and paths that you're meant to make people feel beautiful and be beautiful. So like estheticians, cosmetologists, people who do hair, people who do makeup, that's a divine path, okay, to make people feel beautiful, feel confident. So your divine gifts and talents, it can be literally anything. Maybe you're a really good teacher. Maybe you're a really good mother, someone who can nurture. Okay. It doesn't have to be spiritual at all. It can be, you're just really freaking good at drawing. You're really good at writing. That is your divine talent. And you connect to that more when you connect more to your heart chakra. So this is going to be part 2. Okay. Part 2. What can block or imbalance your chakras? Okay. What does this mean? What does it mean? Part 2. So what can block or imbalance your chakra system? So undeveloped chakra centers, if you have a system or center that is not evolved or developed, it can affect the energetic flow, which I talk about in my research paper, of the other surrounding chakras, okay? And it's important that your lowest chakras are more in alignment so the energy can rise up to your higher chakras properly, because it's like Kundalini energy. You know, when Kundalini energy rises from your base and goes up to your top. Okay. And then self-destructive behavior. All-inclusive, not honoring your energetic centers, ignoring the needs and functioning, ignoring your truth and not speaking up, ignoring those emotions that are stuck in your sacral chakra and not purging them or processing them or releasing them, you know, having hate in your heart and just being like bitter about it and not feeling through that, okay, and understanding and sending compassion, ignoring your intuition, gaslighting yourself, like, no, that's not true. Oh, I got this intuitive feeling. No, that's not true. Shit like that. Yeah. Like I mentioned, never speaking up for yourself. People dictate your life, not honoring your throat chakra, not honoring your authentic self, okay? And then low vibrational consumption or low vibration consumption. So this, when I mean this, we consume like every second of every day, okay? We consume music, we consume books or podcasts or conversations we have with people or videos, okay? We consume food, we consume substances like drugs, alcohol, shit like that. So being conscientious of what are you consuming? Are you consuming super negative, dark energy through conversation, through music? Are you consuming hateful lyrics or hateful media? Are you consuming really, really unhealthy, highly processed food all the time and not healthy, natural food that are higher vibrational? Okay. Are you consuming substances all the time? Do you have an addiction? Okay. Those things can really influence your vibration, okay? Consuming or like having sex with someone super low vibrational who has a bunch of trauma and like entities stuck to them is going to fuck up your vibe, okay? So I just want to, this is a just overview of what can imbalance them. We're going to go into depth though by each chakra. Okay, so starting with the root chakra blockers. On this column where it's darker, and then the colored print or letters, this is basically, I wanted to see as the brown text is going to be what causes blocks, and then the colored text is like the manifestation or emotions that come from those blocks. Okay, I hope that made sense. So not feeling safe or secure. That's a huge one for the root chakra because that is our grounding energy, right? Okay, not being connected to earth or nature enough. If you're never going outside and just like feeling the sunshine, being in nature, like you are so disconnected. And I guarantee you, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're stressed, or if you're anxious, walking outside, putting your face in the sun, putting your feet in the grass for just like 5 minutes, instant energy shift, okay? So if you're feeling really anxious and shit, I would definitely recommend going outside. Like whenever I guess with one of my ascension processes, because you have multiple, like if I got overwhelmed, I'd be like, I have to go to the park. I have to leave. I have to get out of here. And instantly energy shift. Okay, so feeling lost or hopeless, an unhealthy home life. You can't feel secure if you have a freaking abusive home life, okay? Or a really negative home life. Not being connected to your physical body, okay? Not checking in, not being mindful, not focusing on your breath or focusing on your body. And those can manifest emotionally through anxiety and panic attacks. So if you're someone who's always having a panic attack and you're like, why am I anxious? Check into your root chakra, okay? Paranoia and feeling threatened, okay? Those manifest because we don't feel safe. So you may be someone who's like, you know, maybe have OCD and maybe you're like always paranoid. Someone's like watching you or following you, and you just feel threatened all the time. Check into your root chakra. Lethargy, I think that's how you say it. Lethargy, I'm not really sure. Uncertainty and needy. If you're just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. You're really, really needy. It's because something is not being supported, okay? Hypochondriac, you're always thinking you're freaking like sick, or you always think there's something wrong with you. My mom's kind of hypochondriac. She's like, oh, this is, you know, this. I'm like, dude, chill. You're fine. Eating disorders and digestive discomfort. Okay. Tune in if those resonate with you. So for the sacral chakra, moving up, this is our emotional and creative chakra, our feminine one. Bottling up your emotions, like I mentioned. Having sex with low vibrational people or energy vampires. That's a whole nother topic, but it's a real thing. Look into it. Sexual assault or relationship with abuse and trauma, okay? And even if you're in a relationship, you can experience sexual assault, okay? Doubting your creative ability, being too in your divine masculine, okay? Not nurturing that feminine, sensitive side of you, or not nurturing or mothering yourself enough. You know, being hard on yourself, not being kind to yourself, not giving yourself time to like breathe, relax, calm down. So those can manifest as shame or guilt, as depression, as an inability to be vulnerable and emotionally and sexually. So like, say you're in a new partnership. It's really fucking hard for you to be open and vulnerable about your emotions. Bro, I feel that. It took me a long time with my current boyfriend to like say how I was feeling because I had so much sacral chakra wounds, you know? And also sexually, you know, being able to be like, actually, I want you to do this and this and this, instead of just like sitting through something that you're like, oh, this is really not pleasurable. Okay. Just trust that you are lovable or creative because you are. Okay. And also, who made you think that way? Or who made you feel that way? Something to tune into. Your inability to feel or express your emotions. Okay. And then, because you're not processing them, you're just repressing and suppressing them, and they're just getting denser and denser and harder to work through. So moving up to our solar, our Leo energy. So this is internalizing negative things people say about you. Okay. Letting people walk all over you. Having abusive people in your life. Dealing with narcissists, manipulators, and gaslighters. They will really have you question your inner power, your worthiness, your inner light. Okay. We have all experienced it. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a teacher, a parent, we have experienced it, okay? Not implementing boundaries and negative self-talk, okay? How are you supposed to embody self-confidence, power, and, you know, courage when you're like, oh, God, stupid, blah, 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 you idiot, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, that is not a healthy environment for you to grow. That is not healthy energy for you to show your sun and show your inner being to everybody. That is beautiful, you know? So how this can manifest is aggression towards others, low self-esteem and confidence, obviously, feelings of insecurity, like not feeling secure in yourself, not feeling secure in a relationship, etc. Being overly, so those are like the, I guess, one end of the spectrum, and the other spectrum being like way over domineering, way dogmatic. The word muchísimo is coming to mind if you're familiar. Or very unmotivated, very lazy, indecisive, fearing attention. You're like, oh no, don't look at me. You know, oh no, don't look at me. There's a reason you feel that way, because your self-confidence, you don't think you're worthy of attention, okay? And being unmotivated, since the solar plexus is about motivation, determination, action, if it's underdeveloped or not in alignment, you could have complete lack of that. So you're lazy, you have no motivation. Also, lethargy would definitely be one. So moving on to the heart chakra. Oh, you didn't even see that. Heart chakra. So things that can block this chakra: holding on to grudges, okay, from people and situations, being in non-loving relationships or situationships or situations, like home life again, friendships, trauma around love, marriage, commitment, etc. Whether that's you who has gone through an unhealthy marriage, or you are someone whose parents or loved ones, or you are around someone very close who went through an unhealthy marriage. So obviously now you have this association with it, okay? Not wanting to let go of something. So not being able to accept, forgive, and move on. Being told or made to feel that you are not worthy of love. Self-loathing, self-deprecation, self-hate, very negative things. Constantly criticizing or judging others. Like, if you know people who you're just like out vibing and they just have to say something negative about all the people around them, or they're scrolling on social media and they just like for some reason are compelled to like just talk shit about people, there's some issues with their heart chakra, honestly. And having a very toxic, judgmental, and critical family upbringing or social circle. Okay. Your family, very, very impacting. Okay. But also your peers, bro. Like your peers are very influential of your energy and how you develop and who you become in the future. Like you are your circle, you know? So if you have a toxic circle, you're most likely going to be someone who's toxic. You feel me? Okay. Those manifest into emotions of apathy, emotional numbness. So like just like not fucking feeling anything, you know? Very Four of Cups energy in tarot. Selfishness or self-centered tendencies, narcissistic and manipulative tendencies, inability to forgive and move on, like we mentioned. You distrust that you're lovable. So just, I'm not deserving of love. Nobody wants to love me. No. Not true. You're very deserving. A pessimistic perspective on love, like, I don't believe in love. Marriage is a sham. Shit like that. There's a reason you believe that. Okay, you didn't come into life thinking that. You came into life neutral. And experiences clouded that energy in you, okay? That clouded that heart chakra. Okay. Inability to show empathy or compassion to others. This is really concerning because it's like if someone's going through it and you're just like, I don't care. There's an issue. Tune in. Okay. And harboring judgment towards self and others. Judgments is very big. Like I said in the very beginning, if we want to ascend and graduate Earth School, we have to activate that heart chakra. We have to unconditionally love. We have to be non-judgmental. And we have to have that divine wisdom and understanding and acceptance. And with the judgment, it's hard, bro. Judgments will literally come up and you're like, I don't want to think that. That's not me. But they'll come up and it's our job. Even me, bro. Okay. And I'm sure every monk and every spiritual person experiences the same thing because we're human. We got to work through those earth emotions and earth lessons, you know, with the root chakra. So, if you're just like very judgmental towards yourself or to others, maybe tune into that. Moving into the higher chakra blockers. So for your throat chakra, this can look like not speaking up for yourself, not expressing your truth, authentic thoughts and feelings. It can look like not communicating your boundaries, a negative self-talk, self-deprecation again, and like an inner bully dialogue. You know, like the way you talk to yourself is really mean and critical. Letting people cross your boundaries again and again and never speaking up for yourself. And then letting people dictate your life and tell you what to do. You know, it's like a good example of this is if you are born and your parents are like, you're going to be a doctor. okay, you go through life, go through school, go through college, miserable because it's hard and it's not what you want to do. It's not what your soul wants to do. And you never speak up for yourself. Then you're literally going to be like so unhappy. Okay. And you're just going to like, you're going to have even more of a hard time communicating how you really feel and think about things because you never did it in the beginning. And now it's years later and you still aren't. And all of that energy, all of that emotion, all of those thoughts are bottled up right here, okay? And lack of self-expression. Also, an indication that you could have a blocked throat chakra is if you get sore throats all the time. Like if you constantly have a sore throat or a cough, or like you kind of have a cold all the time and it's your throat, that's an indication that you maybe have a blocked throat chakra. It's manifesting into a physical ailment, okay? And so the emotions that can manifest with that throat chakra, lack of confidence to stick up for yourself, obviously, people-pleasing tendencies, which is why that person decided to be a doctor because they wanted to please their parents, okay? Which is why people try to be overachievers. And they're like, oh, like, I don't want to go out, but I will because I want to make you happy. You know, shit like that. Fear and anxiety to express how you really feel and what you really think. And this is big, okay? This is big. Fear to speak, like public speaking, if you're scared to do a presentation or like do what I'm doing right now. This is very public. Tune in. Or if you're overwhelmed or scared to implement boundaries, like even with your loved ones, even with your friends, like, and I had to work through this, dude, like with the person who I am currently with, it was really, really hard. Okay. I was like so scared. I was like, oh my God, because I was taught in past relationships or experiences that what I think and feel when I communicate them is not right. And I'm the issue. And it's just gaslit and manipulated and turned. So obviously it's like, well, I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to speak my truth. And then that block makes it difficult in future situations. So rule of thumb, just freaking say what you mean and mean what you say. Okay. And then moving to the third eye. So things that can block this is ignoring your intuitive feelings and hints, okay? If you know, we've got that intuition. If you know and you try to gaslight yourself out of it or someone else gaslights you out of it, it's like you have this dream, right, that this dude cheats on you. Or you just like know, okay? And then you're like, hey, I have a feeling about this, and then they totally gaslight you. And then you find out they really cheated on you. Like that was your intuition and they were trying to convince you that you were wrong when you were right. And that disempowers that third eye chakra, okay? So, yeah, I literally wrote having an intuitive knowing but being gaslit by a partner, family, friends, etc. When you were right the whole time. Not listening to your body wisdom, nausea, when you're in an unsafe situation with someone who's not healthy for you. The example that I brought up, I had this body wisdom, threw up. They tried to convince me that I was wrong. No, you will know. Your stomach is your first brain. Okay. And denying the non-physical spiritual experiences you've had. If you have seen spirits, don't try to gaslight yourself that you didn't, because when I was younger, I would see spirits all the time flying around my room. They're called seraphim. They're like little fiery angels. Okay. And so I genuinely convinced myself it's the smoke alarm. I'm crazy. Okay. And not until 2 years later, when I dug back into that memory, I was like, I was actually seeing stuff. I was right. Or if you have this crazy experience where you feel a presence, you feel an angel touch you, you feel a past loved one, or you feel like you have this crazy experience with starseeds or whatever, or you see things, don't deny that side of you. Don't gaslight that side of you, because more than likely you are correct. It is your third eye being activated. And sometimes when your third eye is activated before you're actually ready, it can be really scary and you can see a lot of things, okay? But don't doubt yourself, period. Okay, and how things can manifest: lack of trust in yourself, obviously, doubting yourself, not believing your intuitive guidance, second guessing the thoughts and feelings you have, getting farther away from your connection to a higher knowing. So basically, the more and more you second guess yourself or gaslight this intuitive knowing, the farther away you get from that connection, okay? You begin to gaslight yourself, which is terrible. You become too trusting of others because it's like, oh, well, I don't know anything. Let me just trust everyone else. Be like, you're way too credulous, which is not good. And I'm not saying don't trust others, because that's why I think the world is the way it is, because we don't trust anyone. But, use your intuition. You know what I mean? You lose your inner power by trusting the judgment of others over yourself. Yeah, you dictate your life. You control your life. You hold the reins. I'm getting Chariot card and tarot right now, okay? Nobody else. You do. Empower yourself, baby. And then we have our Chakra Crown. Okay, so what can block this is shallow relationships, fear of change and letting go, repressed or suppressed emotions. If you notice, some of the characteristics are the same, as the inner energy centers go. Because it's like, as I said, the energy rises up from the bottom to the top. So if you have some issues down here, they may manifest as a block up here as well. So repressed or suppressed emotions, overactive and destructive ego. What I mean by this is like pride. You have a fight with your friend and you're like, blah, blah, I'm not going to talk to her. Like, nah. Or it's like you're with someone and they have too much pride to apologize when they know, or they were in the wrong. Okay, stuff like that. That's very detrimental. That ruins relationships and families. Too much pride, too much control, wanting too much. Very masculine. So overactive or destructive ego, not trusting of yourself or others. Another example I want to bring up with the ego is like Hitler. Dude, way overactive ego. Literally crazy, thinking he can just like kill all these innocent, beautiful people and take over the world. Like, where's that coming from? He needs to deal with some shit, obviously. Not trusting yourself or others, poor sleep quality and hygiene. Sleep hygiene, it's like we learn it in psychology. If you're a psych student, I'd look into that. Don't work in your bed. Like, don't do schoolwork in your bed. Your bed is for rest, okay? Overloaded consumption and information. So if you're just like consuming way too much, like I was kind of in there when I first had like a really big awakening, I would say. Like I was like, I want to learn everything. And you overload and just consume way too much information. It can be kind of bad for you. I'm having an illness. If like you were just like down bad, your body's not working, it can be really hard. Self-destructive tendencies, which we got in the very beginning with chakra blockers. Just you can expand on that yourself. And then how that can manifest is feeling your intuition isn't working. Okay. Feeling alone, cynicism, apathy, headaches, and migraines. Nervous system imbalance. So like your hormones are out of whack, your endorphins, your emotions, they're out of whack. You have a weak memory or vision. If you're someone who literally can't remember anything, tune in. I suggest you see what's up, because there's not a reason that you should like be forgetting everything. Like, yeah, depression does that for sure. But I'd still tune in, because you never know what energetically is going on. So sadness or anxiety episodes. I didn't really want to put depressive episodes because if you don't have depression, it's very different from somebody who does have depression. So I just want to validate the people who do have those chemical imbalances and not like generalize it. So disassociation from your life and from others. This can just look like you don't feel like in your body. You don't feel like you're here. You feel like you're an alien, or you feel just not with it. Okay. Spiritual disconnection. Like you just can't feel like you connect. You just don't feel like anything's out there. You feel like you're all alone. Okay. That's kind of something that you may feel in like a dark night of the soul, which is a whole nother topic. Lack of clarity. just like complete uncertainty about everything. And then lack of inspiration, feeling exhausted. Okay. And there's similar manifestations in the crown chakra because, like I said, it regulates all of them. Okay. Ooh, neck crack. Okay. Moving on to unit 3, where my head is right now, there's like a little 3. So it doesn't show that we're on section 3, but we talked about the blockers, right? Now we got to get into how to heal and align your chakra centers. So what can balance your chakra system? These are just like, again, like little generalizations. Chakra meditation or intentional practices. So what I mean by that is there's like a million different types of meditations, but this is actually something I came up with that like intuitively was guided to me 2 years ago or so, when I was really trying to get in with my energy and my chakras. So you meditate, right? You can meditate however you like to meditate. You can sit up, you can lay down, you can be in a recline. But essentially what this practice is you go from your root up to your crown chakra. Okay. So you go to your root chakra and you visualize energy and white light healing energy going into that energy center, going into that root meridian, and you say affirmations. And you can like tap too. That's something that I learned, like doing heart chakra work, like tapping, activating. But anyways, you go to your root chakra, visualize that white light, and say affirmations. Go to your sacral, go to your solar, go to your heart, and up through your crown, okay? And then intentional practices looks like color therapy, okay? It looks like eating certain foods that resonate with a certain chakra, using essential oils, crystals, anything that you're like, okay, this can help my chakra. This can be medicine for my chakra. The key to this is intentionality, okay? Is that intention. Intention is the manifester, okay? You can think and want something all day, but it's like intention really creates things. So that's the way you can do it. Chakra affirmations. Again, like I said, doing a meditation, giving yourself affirmations. But I want to bring in affirmations and a little history too, because words are magic, spells, and living energy, okay? And I want to emphasize this because as we do affirmations, or as we just say and believe certain things, if we believe it in our internal world, it comes to manifest usually in our external world, okay? And I feel like this is because, and this is kind of a concept that has been known for ancient times. You know the word abracadabra, how magician would use that? The reason they use that word is it's an ancient Aramaic or Hebrew word, okay? It's broken up into 2 parts. Abra means I shall create from nothing, and kadabra means as I speak, okay? So these ancient mystic Jews were fully understanding of how words are energy and create our reality, okay? So if you are speaking love, 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 your reality will be love. If you're speaking hate, hate, pessimistic, negativity, guess what your reality will be, okay? This is like an ancient thing, okay? So that's just something to be conscientious of. The more you affirm and affirm and affirm these chakra centers internally, it will be externally as well, okay? And then chakra frequencies, sound baths, singing bowls, one of the most ancient healing practices out there. They can help heal, clear, activate, align your chakras. When I started getting into this, when I was doing that heart chakra work, I have a heart chakra singing bowl. Would use that all the time. I have a throat chakra singing bowl as well. Would use that. It broke, so it's now a plant holder, but still the energy is there. You know what I mean? I recommend what I would do. I have this playlist, just like chakra healing playlist on Spotify. There's so many. You can do it on YouTube. There's like 7-hour chakra frequency videos on YouTube. Listen to it as you go to sleep. Listen to it as you wake up. Listen to it as you meditate. You know, play it if you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I guarantee those vibrations, those frequencies, they're doing things, okay? They are doing things. It's alchemy, period. And I recommend you getting one for sure. Okay. And then we're going to get into crystals that can balance your chakra. There's obviously so much more than this, but I don't want to like overload you, you know? So I'm going to start from the root. You can get red jasper, red striped jasper. You can get garnet, you can get bloodstone, or black tourmaline, okay? For the sacral chakra, you can get carnelian, a sunstone, fire opal, or orange calcite. For your solar plexus, you can get a good citrine. Right here, I got some citrine. You can get some bumblebee jasper. That's under my pillow right now. And amber and tiger's eye. My tiger eye is in my car right now. Okay, for your heart chakra, you can get some rose quartz. Got some right here. You can get some malachite. Got some right here. I just have like a crystal power grid over here. Like this wasn't planned. I just like have crystals around me because I just like them. But malachite, rose quartz for your heart chakra. I don't ever know how to say this. I say it wrong all the time. Peridot. It's a green stone. It's for your heart chakra. And then Rhoda Knight. I have a Rhoda Knight. It's under my pillow. I love Rhoda Knight. It's for like healing heart wounds or like emotional wounds. It's a good one. For your throat chakra, chrysocolla, aquamarine, turquoise, and sodalite. For your third eye, celestite, which I got a little celestite baby right here. Cool. Larimar, we love Larimar. Kyanite, I have some earrings of kyanite. Lapis lazuli, got my little pyramid lapis. And then moving on to your crown, obviously amethyst is the go-to, end-all be-all. Labradorite, moonstone, and selenite. There should be an E on that. I have selenite right here. You see that thing dangling? It's like a little, I kind of see it as like an energy wand, like receiving energy, and like it's over my bed. So it's just like giving me that energy. It's also for divine feminine. So if you feel like you're disconnected for your divine feminine or your sacral chakra with your emotions, creativity, sensuality, I recommend getting selenite. Woo! Okay, moving on, guys. So these are, again, your chakra activators, how you can heal and align your chakras. So for the root chakra, listening to, like I mentioned, root healing frequencies, practicing with the singing bowl with the music note of C. Okay, each chakra has a different note, and C is for the root chakra. So if you're feeling, that insecure, instability, paranoia, stuff like that, hypochondria, I would get a singing bowl in the note of C, the root chakra, or like I said, just throw shit on Spotify, throw it on YouTube, and listen to that, okay? As you sleep, as you wake up, as you're stressed, as you meditate, etc. Okay, eating red natural foods, strawberries, tomatoes, bell peppers, raspberries, apples. Is there anything else? Radishes, I think, are red. But you get the point. Natural, okay, from the earth. Because if it's from the earth, Pachamama, Gaia, Sophia, it has natural healing energy. And its vibrations are so much more than red Takis, okay? And I love Takis, okay? But you have to feed your vessel. You have to feed your soul high vibe content and consume high vibe things if you want to stay high vibe. Okay, moving on. Color therapy. So wearing red clothes, wearing red accessories, maybe dyeing your hair red. Who knows? Having red decorations in your room. I have this vision actually I got a while ago of a house I'm going to have in the future. And in this vision, like every room was a different chakra color. I'm going to have a root chakra room where I'm going to just I'm just going to ground, okay? Then I'm going to have a Sacral Chakra room where I'm just creating, I am feeling my emotions. Then I'm going to have a throat chakra room, okay, where I'll do podcasts, or I'll do my videos, or I'll do my tarot videos, because those are communicative skills, okay? It's all intentionality. This is what I'm saying. So having red decoration in your space, red light therapy, there's actually places like wellness centers you can go. I've done red light therapy, super cool, helps with your sleep also. But if not, just like buy some red lamps or red bulbs, or those bulbs that like have colors you can switch through. Just like do red when you're feeling in a grounding mood. Okay, earthing or grounding yourself barefoot. This simply means going into earth, just getting your feet in there, walking on the beach, walking through mud, walking in the ocean, walking in the grass. Also like putting natural bodies of water, like anointing your body. This is what my friend Chris and I just did. We were literally at the park for like hours, okay? And we were just like by the river, by the creek, and we're like anointing ourselves with the water, because we are all one. We're all a part of it. Connecting with earth elements, swimming in natural bodies of water, mud bath, playing in the dirt, just like getting in there, being in the forest, just like playing around, finding sticks and stuff. Meditating, checking in with your mind and body, earthy essential oils like patchouli, cedar. What are some other good ones? There's a lot more, but not at the top of my head, but you get the gist, okay? And then again, meditating, doing that chakra meditation with those affirmations, okay? Then for the sacral chakra, listening to sacral healing frequencies, a singing bowl, and the note of D, okay? Orange foods, oranges, cuties, carrots, bell peppers, mangoes, peaches. What else is orange? Guava? Question mark? Not sure. You get the gist. Wearing orange clothes and accessories, orange light therapy. This is a big one. Dancing sensually, okay? The sacral chakra is our sexual energy, okay? It's our Shakti energy. I mean, we're all Shakti energy, but in our it's our reproductive areas, so move those hips. That's a good activation. Like honestly, twerking is a really good sacral chakra activation. Just like moving your hips and being like, hell yeah, I'm a sensual, sexy being. I'm a goddess. I'm a god. Work. Painting, crafting, creating anything that you enjoy, because that's a creative chakra, okay? So making jewelry, painting, you don't have to be good at it. Just do it, okay? Maybe weaving baskets. That's really obscure. I'm not sure. Planting, like doing interior design, fashion, anything that is creative, do it. Graphic design, writing poems, making music. It's very, very vast, okay? Building bird houses for the animals in your nature, in your space, okay? Doing sacred Yoni work, okay? Yoni is your lady bit, okay? It's your punani. It's your portal, okay? Your punani portal, I'll say, just to be like PG or whatever. And Yoni work is like connecting to your punani portal, accepting it, loving it, looking at it in the mirror, embracing it, affirming it. There's literally like workshops. There are facilitators and healers who do Yoni work. So look that up. I'm not certified, so I'm just going to general give you information. Kundalini yoga, okay? Having that yoga that focuses on the energy going up, okay? Snaking up your chakras, okay? And for the sacral chakra, you could have citrus or warm essential oils, grapefruit, cinnamon, a combination of the two. I actually have chakra essential oils at my shop or in my shop that are all intentionally, researched to activate and align with certain chakras. So that's the sacral. Our solar plexus, okay. Listening to solar plexus music and frequencies, a singing bowl and the note of E, yellow natural foods, corn, pineapple, bell peppers, bananas, pepperoncinis. You get the gist. Wearing yellow clothes and accessory, yellow decoration in your space, yellow light therapy, sun basking, and soaking up light codes. So literally just being in the presence of the sun, just soaking it in, integrating whatever codes come through. Hyping yourself at the mirror. Oh, who is she? Oh, ooh, who is she? Because you deserve it. You're beautiful. You're powerful. You're magical. Okay. Implementing and affirming yourself. Affirm, 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 affirm. I am worthy. I'm confident. I'm courageous. I go after my dreams. Okay. And citrus, flora, or earthy essential oils, lemongrass, rosemary. Yeah. So the heart chakra, listening to heart frequencies. It is the note F in singing bowls. Green foods, avocados, grapes, green apples, kiwis, broccoli, lettuce, peppers, etc. Green decorations, green clothes and accessories, green light therapy, okay? And being vulnerable with a close loved one, okay? Being able to open up a little, practicing self-love. That's big. You cannot properly love others unless you have learned to love yourself. Okay, let me say that again. You cannot properly love others unless you have learned to love yourself. Okay? And then practice forgiveness for yourself and others, and then floral essential oils, rose, geranium, lilac, etc. So we have throat chakra here. I do not know why this image is like that. Just imagine the throat chakras right there. Listening to throat chakra frequencies, the note of G. So listening or eating blue foods, blueberries, blackberries, blue petal tea, etc. And as we move into these higher chakras, I do want to point out that whenever we're entering these astral chakras, there is less natural food to consume of those higher vibrations because they are astral, okay? And there's more food, natural food, fruits, vegetables of the earth sacral chakras because it's from the earth, okay? And as you go up the chakra centers, as you go up the frequencies, obviously you're not going to have like astral frequency food on earth, okay? So that's why there's really, really few like blue, purples, and indigo natural foods because it's not an earth food, you know? The earth foods are red, orange, green, yellow, okay? Because they're earth chakras, they're earth frequencies. So I just want to point that out. So wearing blue clothes and accessories, obviously, having blue decorations in your space. I'm in a blue and green shift right now with my decorations and decor. Singing, chanting, speaking mantras, humming, activating that throat chakra. Speaking up for yourself, communicating your boundaries, sharing your truth, expressing your feelings, thoughts, etc. authentically, okay? And invigorating or earthy essential oils, peppermint, eucalyptus, blue tizanium, or something like that. Moving on. So your third eye, listening to third eye healing frequencies. This is a note of A. Like I said, indigo foods, but it gets really, really hard when you get higher into the frequency to have earthy foods like this that are natural. So grapes, purple potatoes, purple carrots, indigo petal tea. You know, like those purple potatoes, carrots? There we go. Wearing indigo clothes and accessories, indigo decorations, indigo light therapy, third eye meditations, which are crazy. Practicing lucid dreaming or astral projection. That's a whole nother topic. I'm just going to let you look into that yourself. Listening and following your intuition, okay? and validating your intuitive knowing. Tranquil essential oils, I would say lavender, frankincense, stuff like that. And finally, our crown chakra, okay? So listening to crown frequencies is the note of B, purple foods, grapes, purple potatoes, etc. Like I mentioned, it's hard to find them because it's a higher vibration. Wearing purple clothes, accessories, purple decorations, purple light therapy, visualizing. Okay, this is a really cool practice. You don't have to be meditating, just sit in silence, but visualizing like divine healing light, like going into your crown chakra, like beaming into that lotus, okay? Spirit guide and past life meditations. I've had some crazy experiences when I've done past life meditations, but it's just more connection, more tuning in, more working that muscle, okay? Acts of kindness is really important. Praying, manifesting, scripting, divination, whether you call it manifesting or setting intentions or praying, it's all the same shit, okay? Spiritual essential oils, lavender, frankincense, sandalwood, etc. And also when I say divination, I mean like tarot or like using a pendulum or just like connecting with your guides, channeling, stuff like that. So we're moving into section 4. Thanks for staying with me, guys. This is a lengthy video. So this is just going to be chakra affirmations. I just wanted to add a little sum to you. Okay, we'll start with the root, okay? And you can say these with me. I highly encourage if you do, but starting off, I am safe. I am secure. Stability is always in reach. The more I tune into my body, the more grounded and secure I become. I'm constantly finding more secure foundations to blossom and expand through. Feeling safe, supported is my birthright. Feeling safe and supported is my birthright. I'm divinely connected and supported, guided. Okay, I really messed that one up. I was looking at another one. Feeling safe and supported is my birthright. I'm divinely protected, guided, supported, and connected to the universe. I'm protected and supported in every realm. I am shielded from negative and low vibrational energies and intentions. Okay, and I channeled these all of myself, and I use some of them myself too. So use these in your meditation, write them in your journal, record them on a voice memo and listen back to them, write them on your mirror, anything that gets you engaging with them, okay? Sacral Chakra, you can say it with me, okay? I'm divine creation and form. I'm here to express my creative magic with the world. I am actively co-creating all my heart's desires with the universe. I am deserving of pleasure and excitement. Abundance manifests into my reality. Oh, as I honor my creative process, beauty and abundance manifest into my reality. I'm going to say that one again. As I honor my creative process, beauty and abundance manifest into my reality. The world is in need of what I am going to create and offer. I am able to birth ideas, abundance, and any reality I choose. I am the expression of the divine feminine. Femininity is my power. I activate my Empress energy by embracing my sensuality. Okay. Moving on. Solar plexus. Okay. My head is kind of cutting some stuff off right now. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, here we go. I am proud of who I am and who I am still becoming. Shining and success are my birthrights. I embody the brave and fierce lion energy. I am full of power and drive. Anything I set my intention to, I can achieve with ease. I am capable of surpassing any and all obstacles that stand between me and my passion. I use my drive, power, and determination for my highest good and the good of others. As I embody my authentic self, I radiate confidence and shine my inner light brighter. As I express myself with confidence, I encourage others to shine their inner light too. I am powerful, magnetic, brave, determined, and driven. I love the solar plexus, okay? Claim your energy. Heart Chakra. I am love. As I love myself unconditionally, I am able to show up and love others purely. I am free of judgment and love all for who they are and where they are on their journey. The compassion I show for myself and others opens my heart up for more love and light. I attract loving connections, conversation, and energy. I am forgiveness and compassion. There's no person or situation I cannot forgive, accept, and release. I send love to those who have hurt me, for they did not know what they were doing. I am the divine embodiment of unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, and understanding. Throat chakra. I am a creative communicator. I use my words for love, encouragement, and positivity. The words I speak hold power and create my reality. I speak my truth with confidence. I speak and create boundaries that protect my essence. I can manifest beauty, abundance, and love just by using my words. I have conscious communication with those in my life. I speak to myself with love because I know words impact how I think, feel, and understand my world. I can't really read what is there because my head is there. I share my words to share. Okay, I'm just going to say I speak my words to share divine wisdom with others. I couldn't see what it said, so apologies. So that's throat chakra. I also want to say I am a creative communicator. I say that all the time because I'm a life path 3, which is creative communicator. Hence why I'm like a tarot reader and I do podcasts and I'm doing this right now. Very in tune. Third eye chakra. I see, I know, and I feel clearly. I can find the truth in any situation. As I trust my intuition and follow its wisdom, the more extraordinary my life becomes. The more I trust and honor my intuitive knowing, the stronger my connection and knowing becomes. There is no person, situation, or energy that can deceive me. I can connect with myself, others, and the universe in infinite more ways as I tap into my third eye and intuition. Exploring more in the non-physical energetic world sharpens my psychic abilities. I think that says, as I trust in myself, body wisdom, and judgment make my life even more powerful. So as you trust myself, body wisdom, and judgment, my life becomes more powerful. Crown Chakra. I'm connected to a higher infinite power. Universal source energy flows through my essence. I feel God's presence in my life. I'm an infinite divine being full of cosmic love. Unlimited universal information is always in reach, ready for me to tap into. I am a perfect divine reflection of God, our creator. It's supposed to be our. I'm connected to an infinite source of divine intelligence. I have Christ consciousness flowing through every fiber of my being. The universe will never abandon me. I'm going to say that again. The universe will never abandon me. I am never truly alone. I am more supported than I could ever imagine. I am supported and guided in the higher angelic realms. I am connected to every person, consciousness, and dimension in the universe. Yes. Okay. Unit 5, our last unit. How to keep your chakra centers aligned. What can you do? How to keep them in check. Okay. So just some balancing hot tips real quick. Express yourself authentically and feel through all your emotions, good or bad. Okay. When we don't face something authentically, we don't feel through it, we allow it to spiral. Okay. We allow it to take power from us. Okay. Listen to your body, mind, heart, and energy. Listen to how you feel, okay? They hold wisdom and will tell you when things are imbalanced. Like your body wisdom, if you're around someone, you feel a type of way. If you go into an environment, you feel a type of way. It is your wisdom telling you something. Consuming things that boost and activate your chakras, okay? Natural foods that are high vibrational, like we spoke about, fruits, vegetables, music and frequencies, sound baths, singing baths, color therapy, essential oils, educational and positive videos or podcasts. So what you're doing right now, hell yeah, you're already on the process to balancing, okay? High vibrational conversations. We're not here to talk about drama. We're not here to trauma dump or negative dump or judge. We are here to encourage. We're here to have open conversations that are motivational, positive, uplifting, healing, you know? Yes, people are going to be down and out, but it's how you navigate through that conversation and what you leave them with. You can be on someone's level if they've gone through something. Yeah, I feel you. That's dark. That's heavy. But navigate it in a way where they leave with something positive. Okay. Sprinkle in that high vibe. High vibe books. Okay. There's a lot of books out there. Are you reading the high vibe one? The Power of Now. The Power of Now. Okay. My professor that I did this chakra research project on, this is like 1,000 times more in depth than the one I did in college, but he assigned the Power of Now, changed my life. The 4 Agreements is a really good one also. The Supernatural Life, I think, is another one. Literally just go to Audible and be like spiritual books and they'll show you all the best ones. Hopefully one day you'll read one of mine. Yoga, obviously there's all certain types of yoga. There's Kundalini yoga, there's soul yoga, there's flow yoga, there's Vinashya. No, I'm not saying that right. All different types of yoga. Root yoga, if you want to do some root chakra work, root yoga would be really good for you. Breath work, super important. It's not talked about enough, but it can really, your prana, that breath, it can totally get you into like an elevated state of mind. Like, you know, when you're high or something, your breath work, you can do that. There are breath work classes. I recommend looking at them or just following a guided breath work class on YouTube. Easy peasy. You can do it in your home. You can do it wherever. It's very accessible. Affirmations, like we talked about, obviously. And anointing each chakra with essential oils, moon water, or whatever, okay? And what I mean by that, I actually learned this from somebody else who's like on a podcast. She was a guest on a podcast. So she takes essential oil. She does this for her and her kids every night. She goes through the chakras. I'll just do it from up here because this is what you can see. So you get essential oils. I started doing this with frankincense because it's a very spiritual essential oil. So you go to the heart chakra. I am love. I'm compassion. I'm a creative communicator. I speak words of truth. I see and know my power. I see clearly. I am connected to infinite intelligence. Like anointing, but just the intentionality again. It all comes back to intentionality. Cleansing each chakra center with sage, incense, Palo Santo, however you like to smudge, however you like to cleanse your energy. Wow. Okay. Like I would get one of my Palo Santo sticks. I go through each chakra. I go all the way down my body up to my feet. You can do the same with like your sage sticks all the way around your body, each chakra center. Just another way to clear out any stagnant energy. The singing bowls will help with that too. And then I also wanted to include yoga poses. So for people who practice, even if you don't practice, these are some really great poses. I thought it was really important to kind of like share some ways you can move your body that are targeted toward that center. So you can take a pic of this or something. I think I want to be able to provide the slides with you in addition to me recording this, okay? So take a look at that. We have the root, we have the sacral. And these are all of these are in the Sanskrit name. So obviously I see a yogi squat right there. I see a camel right there. I see cat and cow right there for the heart chakra. Yeah. So bonuses. You guys made it through. Woohoo! All right. So obviously I mentioned that at very first slide. You'll get the chakra research paper I did for sociology, love, and relationships. Like I said, this is targeted towards love and relationships. So your chakra system in regards to love. And then also I will link the PowerPoint that I did for the presentation for my course in accordance to the research paper. But it's 2 hours later and we did it. I'm so proud of you. If you are here still receiving this divine medicine, thank you. I honor you. I bless you. And I hope this was helpful. I truly hope it was helpful. I hope you integrate this and get a little inspiration. You know, maybe go deeper than this course or just really practice this in your everyday life. There are easy tools that I gave you that you can start doing right now. You can leap right now. You don't have to do much. You don't have to work too hard to activate these, okay? But it does take conscious work to move through if they are blocked or if they have shadows, okay? I definitely recommend Reiki and yoga for that. Any kind of healing energy work. But thank you guys. This was the first Cosmic Crash Course. I really want to do more. Just like you voting and engaging on this topic really just made me so happy. And I hope this was beneficial to you. And I just love you guys, giving you a big hug. And I truly appreciate you. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you. I hope you have a beautiful morning, day, evening, whenever you're watching this. And namaste, my friend. Bye-bye.